Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity. I want to present my article about on Kaskara STEM education research-based learning activities, analyzing the caffeine trigonelline substance of Kaskara fermented by magnetic field to produce healthy herbal tea. This is joint work with Suratno, Sudarti, and David. I'm Nurul Komaria. I'm from Department of Science Education Doctoral Program, University of Jember. In my paper, there are 4 content. The number 1 is problem statement. The number 2 is research purpose. The number 3 is research method. And the number 4 is result and a discussion. The first, the problem statement is 21st century learning is prepared to face the challenge of the Industrial Revolution 4.0. In order to produce a great generation that can compete in the global economy, learning is transferred with the RBL. Educators use STEM-based research-based learning to familiarize students with applying the material they have learned in the class or laboratory to be applied in the real world. Aspects of engineering in STEM can encourage students to develop critical and creative thinking skills in the learning of science are included in higher level thinking. Research-based learning with a STEM approach can be applied by utilizing the coffee plantation environment as a learning resource. All parts of the coffee can be used, including the cascara. Most of the cascara produced by farmers were discarded and not recycled into useful products. Processed cascara product in the form of tea already exists in the market, but the taste of the cascara tea has not been well received by the public. The innovation of using cascara into various products has not been widely used. One of the innovations carried out by researchers is by providing exposure to a magnetic field on the cascara. Innovation in the use of cascara need to be introduced early so that the next generation can take the best step in managing the potential in their environment so that this commodity continue to grow. Based on the description above, the author are interested in the conducting research on Cascara STEM education research-based learning activities, analyzing the caffeine trigonelline substance of cascara fermented by magnetic field to produce healthy herbal tea. This is a picture cascara innovation process, starting from identifying cascara to getting was cascara. The next picture is the cascara making process, and the last picture is the obtained cascara. This is a research purpose. The aim of the study to design research-based learning activity with STEM education cascara on analyzing caffeine trigonelline substance of cascara fermented by magnetic field to produce healthy herbal tea. This is a method. The research use a qualitative research approach, which is to develop, unravel, or reveal certain condition or process by describing fact, concept, principle, and procedure are supported by relevant data. This is the syntax phase of research-based learning with STEM. The number 1 is posing problem on some basic problem related the abuse, the utilizing cascara, include in science, and number 2, developing new detox related to utilizing cascara fermented by magnetic field to produce healthy herbal tea include the engineering, and the number 3, collect data related to utilizing cascara fermented by magnetic field to produce healthy herbal tea include in technology. The number 4, making healthy herbal tea from cascara include engineering, and number 5, performing organoleptic tests include in mathematics, and the last, number 6, presenting the result of on student, including the research-based learning report. Uh, this is a result. The results show the number 1 from work of RBL in STEM, and then learning outcome, and then research role. I want to present learning objective. So in this RBL STEM learning will enable students to develop knowledge and skill in the following fields on of science, engineering, and mathematics. The audience can see the information about learning objective on the side. The example activity science students are expected to understand the potential of cascara waste that can cause environmental pollution. The next, develop an understanding of the characteristic and chemical structure of cascara, and then understand how to make cascara, and develop the function of cascara. The example activity technology is using a web browser, use YouTube to find all the information, and create a virtual laboratory using an application to simulate the manufacture of the cascara tea to test caffeine and trigonelline. The example activity on engineering, students are expert to identify the characteristic of the quality case, testing of the effectiveness, and etc. And the last, mathematics, students are expected to study the calculation of the formula for the volume, and make a formula for comparison of solvent and solute in brewing cascara, and the last, analyzing the profit and the loss in the manufacture of healthy herbal tea cascara. This is a discussion with the RBL activity. With STEM approach, educator, industry, and the business community must work as a team to develop the curriculum so that this hope can be realized. Collaboration between school and industry is needed for internship, delivery of hands-on activity in the classroom to introduce students to career in STEM field and basic skill. Student learning with STEM can increase student capacity for declarative, procedural, schematic, and strategic knowledge so that practice and the content can be studied more deeply. In the learning activities, teachers should not revise the existing science curriculum but choose integrated STEM activities that are in accordance with the overall goals and objectives of the science course. This is done so that the development of skill in processing was cascara, which is normally disposed of the landfill or the arbor or spoiled, can be minimized. Though the research-based learning with a STEM approach, students are trained to process cascara for healthy herbal tea. Okay, thank you. I think it's enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.